Most people assume that becoming a millionaire requires earning a high salary, inheriting wealth, or winning the lottery. However, this is far from the truth. With smart financial decisions and patience, anyone can build substantial wealth over time, even with just $10 a day. This is all thanks to compound interest, one of the most powerful financial forces that has helped countless people grow their savings exponentially. The earlier you start investing, the greater your potential wealth. This is because compound interest doesn't just add to your initial investment. It multiplies your money by reinvesting the interest you earn. Many successful Black millionaires have leveraged this principle, including investor and entrepreneur Daymond John, finance mogul Mellody Hobson, and real estate investor Don Peebles. Their stories prove that building wealth isn't about luck. It's about strategic investing, patience, and smart financial planning. In this video, we will break down how compound interest works, why it's so powerful, and how small, consistent investments can turn into millions. What is compound interest and why is it so powerful? Compound interest is a concept that many people underestimate, but is one of the most effective ways to build wealth. Unlike simple interest, which only applies to the original amount you invest, compound interest adds interest on top of interest over time. This creates a snowball effect, where your money continues to grow at an accelerating rate. The earlier you start investing, the longer your money has to compound, which is why time is the most important factor in wealth building. For example, imagine you invest $1,000 in a savings or investment account that earns an annual return of 10%. After the first year, you will earn $100 in interest, bringing your total to $1,100. In the second year, however, you don't just earn 10% on your original $1,000. You also earn interest on the $100 you gained last year. This means you will earn $110 in the second year, bringing your total to $1,210. Over time, this process keeps repeating, and your money grows at an increasing rate. This is what makes compound interest so powerful. Your wealth doesn't grow linearly. It grows exponentially. The Rule of 72. How fast will your money double? The Rule of 72 is a simple yet powerful formula that helps estimate how quickly your money will double based on your annual return rate. By dividing 72 by the interest rate, you can determine approximately how many years it will take for your investment to grow twofold. For example, if you invest in an asset that earns an average return of 10% per year, the calculation would be 72/10 equals 7.2 years. This means that every 7.2 years, your money will double without you having to contribute anything extra. If you invest $1,000 today, it will grow to $2,000 in 7.2 years, $4,000 in 14.4 years, and $8,000 in 21.6 years, all without any additional deposits. Now, imagine applying this rule to consistent daily investing. If you invest just $10 per day, which totals $3,650 per year, and let it compound over 40 years, your investment could potentially grow into millions of dollars. This demonstrates why starting early and consistently contributing, even small amounts, can lead to significant long-term wealth. The importance of starting early: time versus money. Many people believe that in order to build substantial wealth, they need to invest a large amount of money. But the truth is, time is far more valuable than the amount you invest. The earlier you start, the greater the compounding effect. Even small contributions, when given enough time, can grow into significant wealth. Let's look at a real-world comparison. Investor A starts investing $200 per month at age 20 and stops after 20 years. Meanwhile, Investor B starts investing $500 per month at age 40 and continues for 25 years. Even though Investor B contributes more money overall, Investor A ends up with significantly more wealth by retirement age. This is because Investor A's money had more time to compound. Even though they stopped investing after 20 years, their early start gave them a massive advantage. On the other hand, Investor B missed out on decades of compound growth, which cost them hundreds of thousands of dollars. This example proves that starting early, even with small amounts, is far more powerful than investing larger sums later in life. The $10 per day challenge, small steps, big results. The $10 per day challenge is a powerful example of how small, consistent actions can lead to life-changing financial results. Most people spend $10 mindlessly on things like coffee, fast food, or streaming subscriptions without realizing their long-term potential. However, if that same $10 per day were redirected into investments, the outcome would be astonishing. Assuming an average 10% annual return, investing just $10 daily could grow to $58,000 in 10 years, $208,000 in 20 years, $594,000 in 30 years, and an incredible $1.6 million in 40 years. This highlights why consistency in investing is far more important than trying to time the market or chase the next hot stock. The key to long-term wealth isn't about making big, risky bets. It's about small, daily contributions that allow compound interest to do the heavy lifting. And even if $10 per day feels like too much, investing just $5 per day could still grow to nearly $800,000 over 40 years. This proves that financial success isn't reserved for the wealthy. It's accessible to anyone willing to make small, disciplined investments over time. Self-made black millionaires like John Hope Bryant, founder of Operation Hope E, emphasize the importance of financial literacy. Small, disciplined investments over time are far more powerful than chasing quick wealth. Where should you invest for maximum growth? Now that you understand how powerful compound interest is, the next question is, where should you invest your money? The stock market is one of the best places for long-term growth, particularly through index funds. Historically, the S&P 500 has delivered an average return of 10% per year. If you invest in an index fund that tracks the S&P 500, you can achieve consistent, long-term growth with minimal risk. Other great options include Roth IRAs. These offer tax-free growth, meaning you don't pay taxes on your investment gains. 401k plans. Many employers offer 401k matches, which are essentially free money that can accelerate your compound growth. Dividend stocks. These stocks pay regular income while still benefiting from compound growth. The key is to stay consistent, reinvest your earnings, and avoid emotional decisions when the market fluctuates. The biggest mistakes to avoid when investing. Even though compound interest is powerful, many people fail to take full advantage of it because they make avoidable mistakes. One of the biggest mistakes is waiting too long to start investing. Every year you delay investing, you lose thousands of dollars in potential growth. Another common mistake is pulling money out too soon. Compound interest works best when you allow it to grow over decades, so withdrawing money early disrupts the snowball effect. Many beginners also make the mistake of trying to time the market, buying and selling frequently instead of sticking to a long-term strategy. History shows that staying invested is far more profitable than trying to predict short-term market movements. Finally, some people invest without proper diversification, putting all their money in one stock instead of spreading it across different assets. To maximize your wealth, invest consistently, be patient, and let compounding do the work. How to get started today with just $10. You don't need a huge amount of money to start investing. Many brokerage apps now allow you to invest with as little as $10, thanks to fractional shares. This means you can buy small portions of expensive stocks like Apple, Amazon, or Tesla without needing thousands of dollars. Start by choosing a reputable brokerage like Vanguard, Fidelity, Charles Schwab, or Robinhood, and open an account. Next, automate your investing by setting up a daily or weekly contribution to an index fund or ETF. By making investing a habit, You remove emotion from the process and ensure long-term success. Financial leaders like Carter Cofield, a CPA specializing in wealth-building strategies, emphasize that wealth building is a marathon, not a sprint. Consistency and discipline are key. How inflation affects your investments and the power of compound interest. One of the biggest threats to your savings is inflation, the gradual rise in prices over time, which reduces the purchasing power of your money. Many people think keeping their money in a savings account is a safe way to grow wealth. But with inflation averaging around 2 to 3% per year, your money is actually losing value if it's not growing at a higher rate. This is where compound interest becomes a game changer. When you invest in assets that historically outpace inflation, like stocks, index funds, or real estate, you ensure that your money not only maintains its value, but grows exponentially over time. For example, let's say you keep $10,000 in a savings account that earns 0.5% interest per year, but inflation is at 3% annually. After 10 years, your money would have grown to only $10,511, but its actual purchasing power would have dropped significantly due to inflation. Now, if you had invested that same $10,000 in an index fund earning a 10% average return, after 10 years, you would have over $25,937, significantly outpacing inflation. This is why investing is crucial. Simply saving money isn't enough. You need compound growth to ensure your wealth increases in real terms. The longer you wait to invest, the more inflation eats away at your future wealth. By starting early and taking advantage of compounding, you not only beat inflation, but also allow your investments to multiply over time, ensuring financial security and long-term prosperity. How avoiding debt helps your investments grow faster. While investing and compound interest are powerful tools for building wealth, they can be completely negated by high-interest debt. Many people fall into the trap of credit card debt, personal loans, or high-interest car payments, which can drastically slow down wealth accumulation. This is because, while your investments might grow at 8 to 10% per year, many debts, like credit card balances, charge 20% or more in interest, meaning you're losing money faster than you're gaining it. For example, if you carry a $5,000 balance on a credit card with a 20% interest rate, you'll end up paying $1,000 per year in interest alone. This is money that could have been invested and compounding in your favor. Instead of working for you, your money is working against you, lining the pockets of lenders instead of growing your financial future. To truly maximize compound interest, it's important to focus on eliminating high-interest debt first before aggressively investing. Paying off debt is essentially a guaranteed return on investment. If you pay off a 20% interest debt, you're effectively earning a risk-free 20% return on your money. Once you eliminate bad debt, you can redirect those payments into investments, allowing your money to work for you instead of against you. The key takeaway: avoid lifestyle inflation, live within your means, and eliminate high-interest debt as quickly as possible. This ensures that every dollar you invest stays invested and compounds over time, accelerating your journey to financial independence. Why you should start today. The idea that $10 a day can turn into millions might sound impossible, but it's backed by mathematics and history. The key is to start early, stay consistent, and let compound interest work its magic. Wealth isn't built overnight, but the sooner you begin, the bigger your results will be. Whether you're 20, 30, or even 50 years old, it's never too late to start investing. The biggest regret of most investors is not starting sooner. Don't let that be you. If you take action today, your future self will thank you. Now go out there and start building your financial freedom.